Hello everyone, welcome to my channel for today's new video next week on Emmerdale. Mandy's world falls apart as Tana tells Vinny the truth elsewhere. Nicholas's worries over Angelica increase further, and Tom taunts Paddy with his nasty threats. Here's our full guide to 10 big moments coming up. You can also check out our collection of 16 spoiler pictures from these episodes. 1. Tina exposes the truth to Vinny. Tina is baffled when she opens the door of her caravan and discovers that someone has transported it to a random field. The culprit is revealed when Mandy appears, warning Tina that it's time to leave the Dingles alone. Later, Mandy arrives back at Wishingwell Cottage and finds that Tina is already there with Vinny. She's horrified to realize that Tina has defied her warnings by telling Vinny the truth. 2. Vinny rejects Mandy. Mandy urges Vinny to hear her out so she can explain her reasons for keeping quiet over the identity of his biological mother. As she then argues bitterly with Tina, a dismayed Vinny loses patience and walks off. Later, the consequences of Mandy's secrecy hit home as Vinny disowns her. 3. Vinny gives Tina a final ultimatum. Tina starts to regret her cold treatment of Vinny and tries to ease her guilt by speaking to him. Vinny responds by giving Tina an ultimatum: she can stay in his life with nothing in return or take the £50,000 inheritance. Money return turns Zach's will and leave for good. 4. Nicola is shocked by Angelica's state of mind. Nicola tries to speak to Angelica about returning to school, arguing that it's the right time to get her life back to normal. Angelica continues to refuse, suggesting that there's an innate evilness in her, and this caused the tragic incident with Heath. Nicola worries about her daughter's dark moods. 5. Laurel gives Nicola some advice. Laurel tries to support Nicola, who turns to her for advice over Angelica. Laurel suggests that Nicola needs Jim's support and encourages her to reconcile with him. Will Nicola take this on board? 6. Tom threatens Paddy. Tonka tensions turn back to his work problems as he's still suspended from the vets until the situation with Bill has been resolved. Rona has also encouraged Tom to look for another job, as she doesn't see a future for him at the vet. Tom fights back by warning Paddy that he'll air all of the vet's dirty laundry unless he's reinstated. 7. Eric clashes with Caleb. Eric complains to Caleb that traffic has increased in the area since his new warehouse opened. Caleb fails to take Eric seriously and dismisses his comments, seething over Caleb's response. Eric commands one of his lorries, but starts to struggle behind the wheel due to not having his medication and being in a state of stress. Eric experiences a hand tremor and crashes the vehicle into some crates. 8. Caleb tries to help Caleb later tries to warn off Eric from interfering in his new business again. However, Caleb later sees Eric struggling as he walks towards the village and steps in to help him. Caleb gives Eric a lift and drops him off to see Dar Liam. Eric realizes that it's time to swallow his pride, so he confides in Liam and thanks Caleb for his kindness. 9. Liam supports Eric. Liam informs Eric that his brief paralysis would have been caused by not having access to his medication. Eric swears Liam to secrecy, not wanting his family to worry about him. Later, Cale checks on Eric, and the unlikely pair of friends continue to bond. 10. Jazz coned by Caleb. Jai is annoyed when he learns that Caleb has offered Carrie a job against his wishes. Retaliating against this, Jai asks Caleb to pay back the money that he'd asked him to hide away in an offshore account. Caleb tries to deceive Jai by making a call to prove that he can't transfer the money straight away.